Scammers are taking phishing into the real world in some very creative ways. So let me show you what is offline phishing and what you should look out for. Here I have two Facebook apps, and when you click on either one, they both open up Facebook. Same with Spotify. Regardless of which app I click on, both of them open Spotify. So what's going on and how does that relate to phishing in the real world? Here is where it gets interesting. We know that phishing is when a scammer creates a fake website that looks like the original site, so you hand over your information. The problem that they are facing is that our antivirus tends to pick up most of these phishing sites and blocks us from getting to it. And thankfully, we're also getting smarter to these type of scams, so we are much more aware and tend not to click on emails or text in messages. Right? So, what's a scammer gotta do to make money these days? Well, they have gone low-tech and are moving into the real world by using the following ways. We've got the QR scam, but this time with a bit of a twist. What scammers are doing is printing out QR codes on stickers, which they stick on top of legitimate QR codes, such as the ones found typically on an electric scooter or those electric bike rentals. But here's the twist. When somebody scans the QR code, it takes them to a fake website, but instead of them trying to get you to enter their information, they show you a message to install the company's app. Once you install it, sure enough, there's a new app on your home screen. However, what you're looking at isn't a real app from the real company, but it's the scammer's app. And now, when you try to log in using your email or your password, you've just handed them your information. And worse, if you're trying to hire an electric scooter or buy some food, you've just given them your credit card information. Now, the big deal here is that these apps actually bypass the official App Store on both Android and iOS, because these are known as Progressive Web Application, PWA, and legit companies like Spotify and Facebook and many others have a PWA options. So think of the PWA as like a scaled down version of a real application. It can't do everything the real application can do, but in most cases, it does everything you need it to do. So scammers are using this method to make you think you're interacting with the real company, and now you're on their system, so it's easy for them to get everything that they need from you. So now you've scanned the QR code, you've landed on a website, you've installed this thing. How do you know if this is the real thing or the fake one? Well, if you go to the app and you long press on the icon and tap App Info and scroll all the way down on the real app, you will see something like com.whatever. As you can see here, this is the real Facebook app. As you can see here, this is a real Spotify app. However, when you do the exact same thing, long hold on the icon, press App Info, scroll all the way down, you will see at the very bottom, Web APK. You can see it clearly on both the Facebook and the Spotify app. So if you look at any of your apps and you notice that it's Web APK, be aware that that is a PWA and not the official app from the Play Store. Now, another thing that you look out for is that message to install the app after you scan the QR code. Be especially suspicious if you already have the app installed. Why would it ask you to install the app again? Right, the next way that scammers are using the real world to get your information is with a fake parking ticket. Essentially what they do is that they make an exact replica of a normal parking ticket or parking fine, and they leave these on their victims' cars. When you look at the ticket or the fine, it may have something along the lines of, "To dispute this, please file a report," along with a QR code. The QR code takes you to a fake phishing website that looks identical to your city's official site. And of course, you punch in your information and they get it from you. So what can you do to protect yourself? Well, if you ever get a parking fine, don't scan the QR code. Just head over to your city's website in a browser, find the place to pay any of the parking fines and enter the ticket information. If it's a real parking fine, it will show you the info on the screen, and if it's not, it will throw it out with some sort of error. But whatever you do, don't scan the QR code. And next up is just a super, real simple, very low-tech method. Scammers are printing out exact replicas of pamphlets that restaurants typically hand out as advertisements. You know, these things that are found around hotels and popular tourist spots. The restaurant that they choose is usually a popular name and it has the normal full menu, but the only catch is that it's not the restaurant's telephone number. So when somebody picks up a pamphlet and thinking, ooh, I want to place an order, they call the number on the pamphlet and they're in fact speaking to the scammer themselves. And the scammer is very interested in helping you and taking your credit card information over the phone. In fact, a guy was arrested in Florida after he allegedly impersonated a popular pizzeria. People thought that they were calling the correct location only to have their food delivered undercooked or just plain wrong, and this can obviously cause real damage to the reputation of the real pizzeria. So this is another problem we have to deal with. So of course the lesson here is just to look up the name of the restaurant and use their website or their app to order your food. If it's one of those things that you actually prefer to call the restaurant, get their information from their official listing on the web and then call them and then talk to that person. So not only do we have to worry about getting our info stolen online, but now we have to worry about getting our info stolen in the real world. Yay for us being more paranoid. And now check out right over here what scammers can really do with a QR code. And before you head out, give the video a quick thumbs up to like the video, and I'll see you in this video. Let's go.